Clutching your guitar, you and your band make your way off the stage to mixed applause. You've been practicing for weeks, and you feel like you did pretty good. And there's only one band left to play. Mega Bloodsport 5000. The crowd waits in silent anticipation, and then the drums kick in, the ground vibrating beneath your feet. In comes the bass guitar, shockwaves pulsing through the building, knocking audience members to the floor. And finally, the guitar. It literally blows the roof off, and the crowd is going wild. Are your hopes of winning Battle of the Bands over? Or are you on a mystery quest? And welcome everybody to 1,000-Year-Old Vampire by Tim Hutchins. This is a solo role-playing game where we're going to be telling the story of a vampire traversing through time, but we're playing it co-op today, and I'm joined by my dear friend, Pyrion Flax.
Thank you, Tom. I already am 1,000 years old, so adding the vampire thing, it's straightforward enough for me.
We're just revealing, what your dark curse is,
exactly,
how you look so good for being 1,000 years old. Stop. We're gonna jump straight in.
Okay.
Where we need to make a character for you.
Yep.
Starting out with, imagine a person in the distant past.
Okay.
So, for example, they say a Roman emperor, a Mesopotamian midwife, a French knight. This is the person who will become your vampire. Imagine where they're born, who they were in life. Who?
Slade Wolfson.
Slade Wolfson.
Yeah.
Okay, Slade. I love it.
A blacksmith in Dorset.
A Dorset blacksmith.
Yeah. So I'm going to say 1070.
Ooh, okay.
So Battle of Hastings, we lost. The Normans have starting to take over. We're approaching the Doomsday Book and things like that.
Okay.
This era of the Norman invasion. Dorset changed a lot in that time because, of course, it's on the south coast.
Right.
A lot of Dorset place names, even now, have a huge Norman influence and retain those Norman names. So I thought that might be quite fun.
Okay, I love this. He might not actually have a surname at this stage. This was a hot topic of debate the last time we played this about when, but we're saying he does.
Well, I'm Wolf's son.
Son of
Slade
Wolf.
Wolfson. Yeah.
Okay, I'm super in.
Yeah.
So we need to come up with a memory which is sort of encapsulating your experience so far. It's just who you are and what you do. Just one broad, I'm Slade Wolfson, blacksmith.
Survivor of the Battle of Hastings.
Okay.
I was one of the English troops that was defeated, one of Harold's men. We'd fought at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, defeated the Vikings there, marched south in a hurry. And I remember that march, it was a long one. And knowing that we were going to another battle, having barely survived the last one.
Oh, my God.
But this is for our homeland. We had to fight.
You got to fight.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we lost. I saw a lot of men killed. I managed to escape. Didn't see the king killed. I don't know all about that arrow in the eye stuff that they're talking about. I think it seems like one of them folk tales you hear about. But I vowed then that we could use better armor and weapons, that I felt like that was one of the reasons we lost. And I was going to turn my hand to my father's craft of blacksmithing, but I was going to try and make armor and weapons so that one day, perhaps, the true English throne can be reclaimed.
Okay, I love that. So I'm just paraphrasing that as you fought at the Battle of Hastings, you now live as a blacksmith like your father.
Yeah.
Now, I need you to come up with 3 mortal characters that you know.
Okay.
These could be relatives, friends, lovers, enemies, mentors, debtors.
Okay.
Anything else appropriate for the time and place your character has chosen. So, mortal characters you know.
My wife, of course.
What's she called?
Madeline.
Madeline?
Yeah, that's my wife's actual name, so I thought,
Wife?
But we'll go with, it's like, she's come over. She's a Norman woman. She came over, and I thought, she'll do me right nice.
She'll do me right nice.
So,
old
made her
Madeline.
my wife.
Okay.
Steed Malbronc.
Steed Malbronk.
He was a footballer. He played for Fulham, but I love the name Steed Malbronk.
Who is Steed Malbronk?
He is the local Norman sheriff who's been put in to sort of oversee the people of Dorset. So he's one of the local constabulary, if you like. He's sort of in charge of the area that I'm a blacksmith in.
Are you friends? Are you enemies?
Hate the bastard.
Oh, okay.
He hanged my father.
Oh, okay, right. And we need one more character.
That has to be living.
Yeah.
Okay. My best friend, Wolf Edric.
Wolf Edric.
Yeah.
Okay.
Childhood friend.
Yeah. Childhood.
He's a cooper.
Oh, okay. You do the blacksmithing. He does the barrels.
He does the coopering, yeah.
Cooper. Perfect. Right. Next, you need 3 skills fitting for your lot in life. These could be anything. So,
Blacksmithing, first
blacksmithing.
and foremost.
Blacksmithing.
Yeah, learned that from me dad.
And then another
Fighting.
skill. Fighting.
Yeah. Well, I was in the army,
Yeah.
so spear mainly. I was a spearman, like so many of us. And I am an excellent singer.
Excellent singer.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Cool. What are 3 items that are meaningful to you? So this could be anything from something given to you by a relative. It could be you own a fleet of ships.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be out of character.
Yeah, like suddenly, like I own a
I
space
also
station.
own a small fleet of military vessels.
But it's stuff that like is important to your character.
Okay.
Like, so it could be,
Well, my father's sword, which I took to battle, just as a backup.
Father's
It was
sword?
spear mainly, but I had it was a short sword. It's
Yeah.
not big, but he made it.
Okay.
My father's sword, the wedding band that Madeline gave me when we got married,
I love that.
and a small book of prayer.
A small book of prayer.
Yeah, I can read a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay. So would the book of prayer be in Latin at this stage?
That's a good point. Maybe a book of songs.
Book of songs. Okay.
A book of songs. Yeah.
Okay. This is absolutely perfect. Cool. Right. So now we need to make 3 more memories
Okay.
for your character. And so a big part of this game involves us creating memories.
Okay.
And as the passage of times happen, you'll begin to forget these memories.
Okay.
Or they'll get corrupted.
Oh God.
And so I need you to...
So core memories.
so these are core memories, but each of these memories needs to use 2 things that we've come up with so far. So you need to assign... It could
Okay.
be a character and an item.
Steed Malbronk hanging my father.
Steed Malbronk hanging your father.
Yeah. My best mate, Wolf, gave me the book of songs.
Ooh, oh, do you guys sing together?
Yeah. And he was like, we could form like a band.
I love it.
Yeah.
Best friend.
Learn ye these songs.
Of songs. I love that.
And I suppose my wedding day, getting married to Madeline.
I was just about to suggest.
Beautiful moment. We exchanged vows under the old yew tree out by the river. I just wish my father had been there, but that bastard Steed Malbronk took him from me.
Oh, God. Steed.
Steed.
Right now, last of all, we need you to create an immortal character, the person who has cursed you to become a vampire.
Oh,
so,
wow.
when I say a vampire, it is not necessarily a Dracula.
Okay.
This is a sort of blanket term for you are now going to be immortal
Okay.
and you are going to be feasting on the living.
Okay.
But this can transpire however you like, and so we need you to come up with...
Who done this to me?
So it could be a creature, it could be a person. Like, what kind of thing do you like the idea of?
How about I thought I died on the battlefield at Hastings. And one of the strange people that comes and picks over the corpses saw me and took pity on me and made me immortal, turned me into a vampire then and there on the battlefield.
Okay.
I rose up within a day, all my wounds had gone.
Right.
And since then, I've tried to get on with my life, but I keep thinking, was that a dream? Was that real?
Okay, who is this person? We can just give them a vague description.
An old crone.
Ooh. We'll just call them the
Crone.
old crone. And
Like one of those battlefield crows, they go out and collect up the weapons of the dead.
Died on the battlefield.
1066.
1066. Was brought back by the old crone.
That works, I
And-
think. That works.
We need something that marks you as an immortal.
I was going to
This
say
is-
I have no heartbeat.
Ooh, no heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like just no pulse whatsoever.
None.
Okay,
Because
the
I was
mark.
run through, and when the crone brought me back, I was alive, but I have no pulse. And anyone who tries to listen for it won't hear anything. And I just say, oh, yeah, it's very faint. I've been through the wars,
Okay, this is absolutely perfect. Right, so just to recap where we are.
Okay.
Slade Wolfson with your wife, Madeline. There's the evil steed Malbronk, the local sheriff, and your best friend, Wolf Edric,
Yeah, good
the
lad.
childhood Cooper friend.
Yeah.
Your skills are blacksmithing, fighting, and singing. The items you own are your father's sword, a wedding band, and a small book of songs. And you know this immortal character, the old crone, who brought you back to life, and you're marked by you have no pulse.
No pulse. Yeah. Does that work?
Yeah, I think this is a great start. So now we can jump in to the game as proper.
Okay.
So to play this, we'll be given prompts from this book.
Okay.
I'm using the PDF just for simplicity, just so you guys can see what's going on, but it's the exact same thing.
Okay.
And we're going to jump in straight away at section number 1. So I'll give you these prompts,
Okay.
and just you need to answer them, and we see what happens. So, in your blood hunger, you destroy someone close to you, kill a mortal character, create a mortal. If none are available, you gain the skill Bloodthirsty. So,
My friend, Wolf Edric,
oh god,
my childhood friend.
what happened?
We were practicing our singing, and while he was singing one day, I know his throat was vibrating, and I was just drawn to it. And as I saw the pulse in his neck,
Oh,
I couldn't resist. And I just, before I knew it, I found myself pouncing on him and sucking the blood from his body.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Okay, well, absolutely heartbreaking. So we need to put this in a category of these memories. All of these memories, you have basically 5 slots, and each slot can have 3 memories in
Okay.
it. Usually I'll just kind of handle where I put them, but sometimes I'll ask you where it makes the most sense. But I think you killing your friend will go in the same category as when your friend gave you this.
Yeah. So does that replace that?
No, so
It's just in that group.
it adds into that group, because
Okay.
then you'll lose these chunks of memories at a time.
Okay.
You kill best
Best friend.
best friend,
Wolf Edric.
Wolf Edric.
Yeah.
And now you have a brand new skill, which is Bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirst. Fantastic. That's going to come in handy.
Oh, you'll be surprised. These things can come up. So now we need to progress through the story. So you need to roll 2 dice for me. One is a
Okay.
D10, one is a D6. You minus the D6 from the D10. And so sometimes we can move backwards in the story, but usually we'll be moving forwards.
Okay.
So if you roll it for me and just announce the number that you get out loud.
-1.
-1. Okay, right. So we can't go further back, and we stay close. You're overcome by panic, and you maul someone close to you, accidentally turning them into a monster like yourself. Convert a beloved mortal character into an enemy immortal. Take the skill Ashamed.
That's Madeline then.
Oh,
My wife and my best friend killed him, turned her into a vampire who now hates me.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So,
What have you done to me, you bastard?
so how's this happened? I feel like she's walked in. She came, oh, I want to go and listen to the boys doing their singing practice.
She walked in on me. And in my bloodthirst, pounced on her as well.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
what a bad year 1070 was.
1070, not a great year.
Not
for
a
you.
good year.
Okay, great. Well, she hates you,
Okay, great.
and you now have a new skill, Ashamed.
Ashamed. Oh, this is just like real life.
So roll me
Roll
again.
again. 3.
3. Okay, so we're moving on to slot number 4. You're exposed and you flee to a neighboring region. Lose any stationary resources. Check a skill. A mortal character flees with you. What new name do you adopt amongst these strangers?
Oh my god.
So, right. So if we feel like something doesn't super make sense, we can always skip ahead, or we can make up a new mortal character, or we can just skip bits out.
No. I
'Cause
think
do
I
you-
think Steed's coming with me.
Steed.
I take him prisoner.
You take him hostage. Okay.
I'm taking Steed in case the Norman constabulary or some Norman troops catch up with me. Maybe I could do some kind of deal. So I sneak into Steed's house late at night, realizing that Madeline's going to start going crazy. She's a very religious woman, you know? She won't be able to live with herself being a vampire. She might talk, and her odd behavior might attract, you know, people who are like looking for witches and all that kind of stuff. So I decide to make a break for it.
I feel like maybe she's instantly alerted people.
Oh, she starts telling them, "You won't know what my husband did."
Steed came along
Yeah.
to investigate. He's the local sheriff.
Right.
And then you're like, I've got to run. This is already out
Yeah.
of my control.
Hold my sword to Steed's throat and drag him off with me, and we flee to. Let me see. Let's go to. We're in Dorset, so let's go to Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Yeah, we're just going east along the coast.
Okay, and what is the new name that you have taken on?
Steed Malbronk.
You're now calling yourself Steve Malbronk.
And I'm a Norman. I'm going to nick his clothes. He's just with me.
Oh.
Just in case this all comes to a head. I've still got a hostage, but I'm going by Steed Malbronk. I'm a Norman sheriff from Dorset, and I've been summoned to Hampshire.
Absolutely perfect. I am in love with that. So which of your skills have you used? So we need to check one of these off.
I'd say I used fighting to overcome him, maybe. That would
Okay.
make most sense, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm super into that.
So fighting is gone.
Yeah, so sometimes it will come back.
Okay, but we've used that up. That's all right. We got away.
Cool. Okay, right. Roll me some dice. Oh my god! Already this is
1.
1. Already getting pretty wild. You murder someone you love or respect rather than let them expose you. Kill a character. Check a skill. If you have no living characters, kill no one and create a beloved mortal character who you've betrayed.
All right. So
Oh man, it's
traveling with Steed, living as Steed, I've come to understand him better. I've come to respect him, actually. He didn't want to come over to Dorset and hang my father. He's under a lot of pressure from his bosses and his senior officers and stuff like that. So in our journeys through the wilds of Hampshire, I've got to know Steed quite well and come to respect him and understand him. Even living as Steed, people treating me as a Norman, I've come to understand, what is all this hate? Steed's just a man like us.
He's just like me.
Yeah, he's just like me. Do I have to kill him, though?
He's now dead.
Well, I do kill him. I do end up having to kill him. Because now, what am I going to do? Drag Steed around? He gets sick. I can't get food for 2. Food turns my stomach now. I can't even stand being around it.
You've
So
got a taste for blood.
in the end, I decide it's best if I just put Steed out of his misery.
Steed Malblanc is dead.
But I'm no longer ashamed.
Great. Okay. Roll me some dice.
right.
Let's see how this goes.
2.
2. We're going to number 7. Your body manifests some trait related to the vampire that created you. How do you become more like them? Create a skill that reflects this.
Well, she was a withered old crone who had no teeth and long grey hair and sort of pallid skin. So I'd say I begin to age a little bit more, or all my teeth fall out,
Okay.
apart from my chompers, you know, my vampire teeth.
Right.
So all my
okay.
human teeth fall out,
Ooh.
and my skin sort of attains a slightly sickly pallor.
Okay.
Hopefully only temporary.
You need a skill that is somehow attached to this.
I have to wear disguises now. I
Okay.
have to make fake teeth for myself, and I've become quite good at it. I was always good at the fiddliest parts of being a blacksmith.
Oh, okay.
And this is just basically like sewing together things that I could potentially wear as some kind of dentures. And I've made a metal plate that fits around my
Okay.
existing teeth, so it's sort of, they slot into place. And as long as I keep painting them white, just about pass. Not too white because it's 1070, but I have become reasonably good at disguising my teeth.
Okay, should we call that like dentistry?
Dentistry
disguise?
Fake teeth. I can make fake teeth pretty well.
Okay, yeah, I think that totally works.
Sure.
And
do I have to lose a skill?
No,
Okay.
you just got a new one. You're just building up these skills.
All right.
Great. Roll me some more dice.
0.
0. People see a horror in you that you cannot perceive in yourself. What mark do you possess that you do not know about? Create a mark about a suspicious mortal who has seen it. What name do the people call you when your back is turned?
Well, I don't own a mirror, and it's not often that you see mirrors in, sort of Norman south of Britain, but I do not have a reflection.
No
and
reflection.
Occasionally I will walk past something, a river or a pond or something like that, and someone that's fishing or, we'll look down in a well and someone will notice that I don't have a reflection. I hadn't noticed it.
Oh,
It hadn't really occurred to me. I'm not really used to looking at reflections of myself, but people have noticed that I no longer cast a reflection.
What do people call you behind your back in Hampshire?
Oh, gosh, what would they call me? I think they come up with some nickname where basically implies that I'm so ugly I don't even cast a reflection.
Oh, okay.
So they call me Ugly Slade.
Ugly Slade.
Ugly Slade.
Well, they know you as Steed.
Oh, yeah.
Ugly Steed.
Steve Malbrugley, they call me.
Steed Malbrugley. Okay, great. Right, where should this go? Maybe into here. Locals call me
Steve Malbrugley.
Malbrugley. Perfect, Malbrugley. Love him.
Okay.
Great. Roll me another dice.
3.
3. So we're going up to number 10. The stars pinwheel above you in the night. The seasons are a blur. You are as an automaton, unconscious to the passage of decades. A century passes. Strike out a memory. Strike out all mortal characters.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so one of these memories you will have forgotten.
Well, wedding day, that's long gone.
The wedding day.
Yeah,
You just
beautiful wedding day is long gone.
don't remember ever being married. And so a century or so has passed, so now we're looking at, it's at least 1166.
Okay.
I don't think we had any other. No, all your mortal characters are, you already killed them.
Dead or vampires?
Great, cool. We keep on moving.
Okay.
Roll
so now
again.
we're in the 12th century. 7.
7.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wow, just racing through.
It's going to be a short century, this one, I think. If we make it out alive. Undead.
You commit a despicable murder, but
Again?
but not for the sake of feeding.
Oh.
Why? Check a skill, remove a mortal character if you like. We don't have any mortal characters.
Don't have any.
So, why did you commit this despicable murder? What has happened?
I saw a woman that reminded me of Madeline.
Okay.
And I don't remember the happy times with her. All I remember is her hating me and me hating her and me turning into a vampire. So I was walking, as I tend to do, walk around a lot, move around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stay in one place too long. People notice, he's been here 10 years, he's hardly aged. Also, he's got weird fake teeth, no reflection. So I'm on the move a lot. And there was a wedding day. And I saw the bride, she reminded me of Madeline. And when she stepped out to get some water, I pushed her down the well. And yeah, I hit her on the head with a rock and she pushed her down the well.
Oh my god, okay. I love it.
I'm not saying I would do this or that I condone this behavior.
No, you're
I'm a terrible person.
a terrible vampire. Yeah. Okay, I feel like this goes into this category pretty nicely. Kill someone who reminds you of Madeline. Mm-hmm. Wow, you bad vampire.
Very evil. On her wedding day.
On her wedding day. Ooh.
Awful.
Okay, right. Roll me a
0.
0.
Yeah.
Okay. You are hounded for your crime.
Shit.
Check a skill and lose a resource.
Okay.
Confess your crime to any character. convert an enemy to a friend or a friend to an enemy. If you must create a character, you become lovers.
Madeline's still around.
Yeah.
She tracks me down. She's been looking for me. And I'm hounded. And when she hears about this strange murder on someone's wedding day, something in the back of her mind tells her that I might somehow be involved. She doesn't really know why. Maybe there's some kind of bond of vampiricism.
Yeah.
Something. And she finds me. And did it say rescues me?
You confess your crime to them.
I tell her what's happened and that I can't remember why, but I killed someone because they reminded me of her, and she's so upset by this. And she tells me that we were married. I only remember her as a vampire that really didn't like me and tried to shot me. She's like, no, we were married. You freaked out when you killed Edric, Wolf Edric.
Oh my God, because you remember that part. You just don't remember being married to her.
And I was like, yeah, I remember that. How do you know about that? She was like, that I was the other person you killed that day. You turned me into this vampire, but we somehow reconcile. She's still beautiful young Madeline. Just fresh as the day we married. I've changed for the worse. This is really getting very lifelike.
Well, hopefully with less well-based murders.
Yeah, not that part.
Okay, right. We'll say rekindle affection.
Love for Madeline.
Love for Madeline. Okay. Right, you have to lose a resource as well.
I've long gone. My father's sword is long gone.
That's just...
Yeah.
Just
I had to
absolutely...
drop that behind.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Maybe you, as people were chasing you fought a little bit or something.
But the Book of Songs is little. I carry that with me in my wedding band I wear, of course.
This is absolutely great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Sweet Madeline. Yeah.
That's 10.
Yeah.
Right? 6.
Okay, we're going up to 23. You master a strange new science or field of knowledge. How does your vampire nature give you special insight into these studies? Create an appropriate skill based on a memory. So with any of these, sometimes you can just be like, a bit more time has passed, where you're an immortal. We don't need to worry about any mortal characters. But what is a strange new science?
I take an interest in the movement of the celestial bodies.
Okay.
Like astronomy.
So we need this based on a memory.
Okay.
That you create a new skill based on a memory.
Okay, what memories do I have?
So it's turning Madeline into a vampire, pushing people down wells, dying on the battlefield, losing your teeth, casting no reflection, being called Malbrugly.
Okay.
Fighting, we are filling up your memories pretty
all right, well,
fast.
how about instead of astronomy then, I start to study tactics and war. I was in a great battle, and I've spent a lot of time thinking about what went wrong, what could have been done better. And so my understanding of tactics and strategy for war, I've been working on that in my head, ticking away. My immortal nature and my bloodthirstiness.
When do the first aquabuses and cannons and stuff come into play?
The Chinese already had gunpowder by now.
Yeah.
I would say the 14th century. Shall I look it up? I want to say 14th century they would have had something like an arquebus.
But suddenly, that's when all bets are war is beginning to change rapidly. That suddenly, if you're getting interested in creating
Arabic illustrations showing a gunpowder arrow, fireworks, and a medifa, which is like a fire lance, that was mid 14th century.
Okay, so this is actually a lot
because they got it. Yeah, I guess the Silk Road brought gunpowder down with it. They did have cannons in the Arabic world in the 14th century. And in terms of them making it into Europe, 1400. And then once you get into the 15th century, once you get into the mid 14th centuries, early hand cannons were there. So late 14th and 15th centuries, they would have had hand cannons. So we're getting towards gunpowder. What are you thinking that maybe?
It's just whether or not my
blacksmithing has made me tinker with strange materials and start to develop gunpowder?
Just something along those lines, like could be, but I think like we
No,
just
I like that.
work
I
this
know, that's
as-
interesting because that'll lead to battle tactics for a lad who's just living in Hampshire. Not going to help, but developing gunpowder. I start to tinker with gunpowder and stuff like that.
Plus, I guess because you're, effectively unkillable. You're working as a bit of a mercenary.
Yeah.
You can go around. You can do a bit of fighting, and you're like all of these new
tech.
weapons and stuff because you know about blacksmithing. You know how to start using this
Of course,
stuff.
yeah.
And I guess because you've seen a few hundred years of like armor getting better, weapons getting like
Yeah.
you have a better understanding of this.
Okay.
Okay, so mastering new warfare styles
And technology.
and technology, and you've got a new skill attached to this. Do you want to just be like strategy?
We could do that. Yeah, I was thinking we could
Or-
do that, or like the manufacture of gunpowder or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to start moving into
Yeah, making gunpowder.
making
Can make rudimentary gunpowder.
gunpowder, love it. And Madeline's helping you out.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Roll me again.
-3.
-3. Oh, going back a little. So we were on 23, so we're going to 20. There is a great shift in the way society moves goods. How does this work to your advantage? Check a skill. And then create a new skill based on a memory.
Okay.
So stuff is moving goods.
How about the Silk Road, instead of just stopping down there, comes all the way up to England.
Yeah.
So it goes all the way through Europe.
Okay. Well, yeah, suddenly, maybe if you're kind of getting involved, the Silk Road is happening, and if you're already making a bit of money,
Yeah.
you're like, hey guys, keep this rolling all the way up here, and
Yeah.
like part of like helping to get
Yeah,
this
So
going.
am I manufacturing and selling this gunpowder now?
We can say that
And traded, we've started to build a business empire, me and Madeline.
if you two
where
together,
we're making so much gunpowder that merchants are coming up here to get it and give it to all their armies across Europe, all the Swiss mercenaries and all the
yeah, and I think
the Venetians and all the rest of them. They're all coming up to England to get some of Steed Malbrugley's famous gunpowder.
I don't know if you need to call yourself Malbrugley yourself. Other people call you Malbrugley, but you can just be Malbronk.
Steed Malbronk's famous gunpowder.
Okay, I'm very into that. So we check a skill, and then you create a new skill based on a memory. So what is the best skill?
Well, making gunpowder was that skill.
Yeah, this works really nicely. That you're now.
So have I lost that?
No, so it's just been like used for now. Like
Okay.
sometimes you can get it back.
And
Okay.
we add a skill?
Yeah, we create a new skill.
Oh, okay. Running my gunpowder business.
Yeah, I think kind of like business tycoon.
Merchantship.
Oh.
Merchantry. Merchanteering. Merchanting.
Merchanting.
Mercantilism.
Mercantile.
Luckily, I don't care about, people blowing themselves up because I'm pretty bloodthirsty.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine with all of that.
Yeah.
And this is just a way for you to make money and kind of
Bam.
like keep yourself undercover.
Yeah. No one's going to come looking for a vampire when they've got, loads of merchants say, oh, no, he's very important. Is Steed Malbrugley. I mean Malbrug.
Well, we don't call him that to his face.
Am I rolling?
Yeah, roll me some dice.
1.
1. You are trapped outside when the sun rises,
Lord.
and you take shelter somewhere you're not supposed to be. A child discovers and befriends you. Create a mortal child character and record a humanizing experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take shelter in. I see the sun coming up. I'm just traveling between my house and the business. I'm just miles away. And I thought it was just not going to be a sunny day. It's really overcast, getting darker, and just late on, there's a break in the cloud and the sun comes out. And it's going to catch me and I have to dash into a small house.
Ooh.
And there's just a child in there, a young child, 8 years old,
Okay.
young boy.
A young boy.
and he looks scared because I'm not, I've got the fake teeth.
Yeah.
I look a bit odd.
Grey
a little
and
bit grey
haggard.
looking. And he knows me as Steve Malbrugly, of course. And he's like, frozen. And I'm like, don't mind me, young fella. Just popping in to get out of the rain. And he sort of looks outside and sees it's not raining, but kids trust grown-ups.
Sure.
And then he sort of says something like the way kids do, quite bluntly. He's like, you're a funny-looking fella. And I say, well, people have said that, but I don't know myself. I can't look in the mirror. I can't see my reflection. And he says, I'll draw a picture of you.
Oh.
So he draws a picture of me.
Oh, I love it.
That I can then keep
Yeah.
to remind myself of what I look like.
Okay, that's great. What's the name of this character?
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so there is a mechanic that you can do in this, which I think might make sense for you, where we can give you a free item, which is a diary.
Okay.
And so it means that as time goes by and you begin to forget stuff, you can actually have stuff recorded. We can move stuff into a diary. But it does mean there could be a point where the diary is lost or destroyed.
And we lose all the memories in it.
And then you lose all of those memories, it's a heartbreaking scene. But would you like a diary?
I don't mind. I mean, if you think we could, it would be interesting. Then
I think I feel like your character probably now can read and write.
Sure.
Like it sounds like they'd
be journaling.
They would
They'd
be writing
journaling,
stuff
sure.
down. So we'll give you a diary for.
And in that, he puts all the nice things that have happened.
Yeah, well, we'll move some bits.
So all of the best friend gave Booker songs, Tiny Tim sheltered me. Those all go in the book. Are we going to put that I killed Edric in there? That's a bad memory.
Yeah.
Have I decided to put that in there as well?
It's in the diary.
Okay, I put a sad song. Write a sad song.
Oh, I love that. Maybe the diary is like actually your book of songs.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, that's just Steve's book of songs.
Yeah, and I record stuff in song, but it's to remind me of what's real.
Yeah, these magical creatures, and they do terrible things.
Yeah,
but
I put it all in the book.
It's actually your
the
song
quote-unquote diary. Oh, no, songbook.
I love that. Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Right, roll again.
We're going 6, baby.
6. Ooh, back up to... okay. War rages throughout the region in which you reside. You withdraw to a hidden retreat, waiting for them to pass. Lose a resource.
Well, my gunpowder factory.
Okay.
My place of business. Or do I have to lose an item?
Yeah, it's one of your items.
Well, I left behind my my small book of songs. Didn't need it. Now I've got the diaries.
Yeah, you just kind of completely ignore that. So what is there like a famous battles going on at the time? When's like the War of the Roses and stuff like that?
That's like 16th century, I think. I don't want to. I look like an idiot to any historians. I'm sorry. There is a bit of a gap in my knowledge of wars in England. I know that.
Oh my god!
In the 15th century, didn't the Spanish Armada was 14 something?
Okay. When's like English Civil War?
That would have been. I think that was later than that.
Right. Yeah. My exact dates are.
Here, I will look it up.
I'm sorry to all historians.
What year are we saying we're in now?
You tell me. Because time is kind of like passing and jumping around, so you can just pick.
So we're in 1400s. 1405.
But if it makes sense that a war is happening right now, we can just jump to that period in time.
So let's look 14th century England. England in the Middle Ages. The Black Death. The Peasants' Revolt of 1381. English kings of the 14th and 15th laid claim to the French throne, resulting in the 100 Years' War.
The 100 Years' War.
So the 100 Years' War is on.
Although, do you want to jump a little bit later? Because then it'll make more sense with the gun. Like, you supplied loads of weapons.
Yeah.
Maybe that's caused whichever war to be much worse.
We won the 100 Years' War. We defeated the French. And Henry V didn't just get the northern bit of France, he got the whole thing.
Ooh.
So England now control, because we had all the gunpowder.
Yeah, okay. No, that's great.
So we kicked their asses. So England and that whole kingdom, the Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of France, are now under English rule.
Okay, great. So now we can do anything in history because we're
making shit up.
It's a different timeline.
So there is a different civil war now. And the civil war is between the French who, still think that France should be theirs and Henry V. So this is like another 100 Years' War after the 100 Years' War.
Right.
But this one has gunpowder.
It's the 100 Years Civil War.
The 100 Years' War squared.
Nice. Okay, this is perfect. And so you have gone into hiding.
Yeah. So we had moved over to France. Obviously, Madeline is a Norman girl, so she wanted to go back and see some of her old roots and stuff like that. Maybe even seek out some long lost ancestors who she could appear to as, being someone who was born recently.
Yeah, because she's still beautiful and youthful.
Of course. So we'd set up in France, and when the second 100 Years' War, the civil war between France and England, broke out, we fled back to England.
Okay.
But Madeline stayed behind. I had to flee.
Oh,
because the king was like, "You're too important. We've got to get you out of here.
Oh,
we
you
need
have to
you
be
to keep
rushed
making
out."
gunpowder."
And she was like, "Oh, I've rekindled with my long-lost family."
Yeah, I'll catch up with her later.
Okay.
So Madeline's in France, but she's not in any danger.
Yeah, she's fine.
She'll be fine, I'm sure.
Where are you going back to? Back to Dorset?
Oh, can't go back to Dorset. No, Hampshire.
Back to Hampshire.
Actually, I'm going to move along to Kent. We'll go Kent. Yeah, we're living in Kent now. So
okay, great.
Because in this era, the tide was the sea came up close enough in this part of Kent. Henry VIII built these coastal forts, and because of changes in landscape, they're nowhere near the sea anymore.
Oh, okay.
But at the time they were.
Oh, so it's still perfect for trade.
So it's still there. Great for trade.
Great. Roll me some dice.
-4.
-4.
-4, bud.
Zooming backwards. Right, to 23.
I feel like we've been on 23 a fair bit.
Yeah. Okay. You strike up a long correspondence and fall in love.
Oh, no.
Create a mortal character, go to them by giving up a resource, or smother the love and lose a memory.
Well, I can't abandon Madeline. She's helped me build this gunpowder empire. I fall for one of the king's courtiers. Because obviously I have to pop up to court and talk about gunpowder and business and stuff like that from time to time. She catches my eye. And somehow I catch hers. She's beautiful. Enormous bosom woman.
Well, I guess because you're very powerful.
Very important.
Like, very influential.
Yeah. So this large-bosomed woman, Gertrude, catches my eye, and we begin to exchange letters. I even write her a song, Tom.
Oh.
Yeah. Buxom. Beautiful buxom. Yeah. Courtier. I begin to fall for it, but I realize I get a letter from Madeline. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, she's been my love for so long. After everything we've been through, I can't abandon her just for a big pair of knockers.
It's fair. Honestly fair.
And because I'm ashamed, that's one of my skills, is ashamed. I'm ashamed. And I utilize that shame.
And you quash this love.
Quash the love.
So we have to lose a memory. Something has been forgotten.
I forget that I ever turned Madeline into a vampire. As far as I'm concerned, we've both been vampires for ages.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
That's great.
I forgot killing my friend, and in time I've also forgotten that.
Yeah, that completely works. Great.
Oh, no, I haven't forgotten that I killed her. That's in my book of memories.
That's in the song.
Right.
You don't really remember doing it.
Yeah, but I just remember there's a song about it. Funny, isn't it? Weird.
You wrote this song, and it's just, so insightful to you.
Am I rolling?
Yeah.
Let's roll. 6.
6.
We're whipping and a whopping all over the place.
29. You're exposed as a monster.
Not again.
And you flee to a far-off land.
Oh, shit.
Lose any stationary resources. You do not know the language of this new place. How do you overcome this obstacle? What new name do you take?
The courtier is so upset by my spurning her.
Oh.
She comes looking for me and does some digging, and eventually they've got mirrors all over the shop now, Tom. It's 15th century, mate.
Oh, no.
She sees I've got no reflection and screams, and then she sees me without my fake teeth, and I've got just the pointy ones. She just busted into my house,
and she's exposed.
She's
you.
like, "He's a monster! He's a monster!" And I grab what few things I can and make a break for the coast. Get in with some merchants I know. Stay on their ship all the way down to the Middle East.
Okay.
I'm going to go hide down there at the crux of the Silk Road.
Right. Okay. Absolutely love that.
Which probably isn't really a thing anymore, the Silk Road, but it's still going because of my whole gunpowder.
Because of
and
you.
of course, this really long gunpowder-centric war.
Yeah, I think it's probably now the Gunpowder Road.
It's the Gunpowder Road.
Which is all based around
Explodey
you.
Road, they call it. Yeah, a lot of craters on that road.
Yeah, geez.
And I live now in Istanbul.
Love it.
And I don't speak any of the Turkic languages.
Yeah.
But I go by Al Jazeera.
What is Al Jazeera?
It's the news organization.
Okay, right. Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
While you're hiding out.
Yeah.
Hiding out of there. Luckily, you don't have any...
Got no real resources. All the money I put back into the business.
Well,
All
how do
Madeline
you overcome this obstacle? I guess, like, you...
What, of not knowing the language?
Yeah.
I make them gunpowder, and they're like, "Whoa,
This guy
this
is pretty
guy
good.
Alan Jazeera knows his business."
Alan Jazeera.
Yeah, he knows his business.
So, yeah, people are in hot demand for your services.
Yeah.
Like, everyone needs some gunpowder.
Yeah.
Everyone needs,
Of
like,
course.
They've
got to hold on to. They just took the Byzantine Empire away, and now they've got to hold on to it.
Yeah, and the Malbec musket, which is very popular. You can just make those.
No problem.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Great. Roll me some dice. This psychopath.
3.
3, going up to 32. You keep a prisoner. Why this particular person? Why don't you feed upon them? Create a character and a skill related to keeping them captive.
Do I have to create a character for this?
Yeah, unless there's you've got an idea. Why? What are you thinking?
I was thinking I sent some men to get that courtier and bring her back here to me to imprison her.
I will happily, once again, we're in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't want her spreading any nasty rumors about me back home. You never know. I might be able to go back. I've got to get in touch with Madeline again.
So you
I don't know where she
her.
is. She only knows that I was back in Kent at our home.
Okay, I love this. So you keep her prisoner,
Yeah.
have her kidnapped, taken over.
Yeah. Get some men to turn up at night, put a sack over her head, bring her all the way to the Middle East.
Yeah,
Or to Turkey
okay.
at any rate. And now she's staying in my my lodgings there in the back room.
Okay, what is a skill?
Do I have to lose a skill?
No, you create a new skill
Oh.
related to keeping her captive.
It turns out I'm very good at tying knots.
Great.
Got to keep her tied up so she can't escape.
Tying, we'll just put knots.
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 So stupid.
Is it Constantinople?
No, it
this
was,
time?
but now it's in Istanbul. It was Constantinople when it was under the Byzantine rule.
Right, and then...
They took it over and made it Istanbul.
Perfect. Okay, keep her captive in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Sweet. Roll me some dice.
-2.
-2. Back to 29. You disguise yourself with an entirely new persona.
Okay.
Take an old memory and modify it to make it contemporary and bland.
Oh, wow.
Create a skill on blending in. So, one of
Well,
your...
some time has passed. Gertrude dies.
Yeah, so I'm also going to sadly say, I think Tiny Tim is dead as
Oh,
well.
he's long gone. Yeah,
He's
Tiny
just-
Tim's long gone.
You had a nice moment.
Yeah. So I have to dump my old persona.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving behind the whole gunpowder guy. Because I'm like, people are starting to think this guy's been doing gunpowder for like years. And maybe it's the gunpowder that's like making him look young or something. We don't know. We're not doctors. But we're starting to get suspicious about how this lad just never seems to age. Still fit as a fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
Up all night making gunpowder. Sleeps all day. And I'm like, the heat is closing in. And I want to go find Madeline if I can. So I'm going to transition out of the gunpowder business. I teach everything I know to some of the Muslim scholars in Istanbul
Yeah.
to keep the business going. And so that they don't like want to keep me captive.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is all my secrets.
Yeah,
This is
you
how
just
I
set
do it.
them up. They can now
You
produce
guys
this
now
as
have
good as you
everything you
can.
need to know. Sell this to whomever. And I carefully send that same information in secret packages out to other great leaders.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there's not one power ruling the world.
Yeah.
So now everybody's got my secrets of how to make gunpowder.
Oh, man.
French, the English, I give it the Germans, I give it the Russians, I give it the Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, everyone in Europe.
Okay, so everyone is
They've all got it.
absolutely armed.
Yeah, and of course the Italians. And I think, and now I will now vanish from history. Steed Malbronk is no more.
Ooh.
Now I have reinvented myself as Pepe Le Stank,
Pepe Le Stank.
famous singer.
Pepe Le Stank. Oh, okay, great. So we need to modify one of your old memories to make it bland.
Kill Steed and hide in Hampshire. Flee with Steed and take his name. Gertrude exposes me. Fall in love with Gertrude but must quash it. I just decided to move to Istanbul with Gertrude. I didn't get ousted and exposed and all the rest of it.
Okay.
Or is this memories?
Yeah, it's the memories that we're changing this one, but no,
Yeah,
that
me
makes
and Gertrude
sense.
just moved to Istanbul, but she died and I decided to pack it in.
Roll. Oh, you create a new skill based on blending in.
Well, I become something of a traveling sort of a actor
Like a performer.
and singer, like a performer. So I can't just sing good enough for a village now. I can sing well enough to entertain like a big crowd.
Okay, yeah.
Like a real performer.
Kings and lords.
Absolutely.
And,
So I'm traveling from Istanbul all the way through Europe back to France to look for Madeline. And as I'm doing so, to pay my way and to blend in, I become a traveling performer, troubadour,
Yeah.
entertainer.
And they love you.
Yeah.
They really love you.
Yeah, I start to get really good at it.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. Roll me some dice.
5.
5. We're going up to 34. You destroy something important to you in a purposeless rage, lose one precious memory, or
shit.
destroy a resource.
What have we got?
So you only have your wedding band and your diary.
Diary's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, diary's gone.
In a rage.
Can't find Madeline. It's starting to drive me crazy. Having to sing the same bloody songs every night for these ungrateful crowds. And I decide to just smash up my diary.
Okay, right. So that's gone. We also are now going to need to lose a chunk of your memories.
Okay. So I forget everything about Hastings, my father, Steve Malbronk, all of that past, all of the stuff from England.
You want to just get rid of
Gone.
all of that.
Gone. All I know is I had to kill someone that reminded me of Madeline. I still remember that.
The pushing some poor girl
It's a
down a
core
well.
memory.
Do you want to have forgotten?
Yeah, forget all that.
We can just hard wipe a lot
That's
of
all gone.
this.
Yeah. That's 500 years ago.
You are now
And the diary's gone.
Pepe Le Stank.
I'm Pepe Le Stank, a singer. This
he's
is getting
just-
very 1984. I've
Yeah.
always been Pepe Le Stank.
I've always been this guy. And we need a new memory of just in rage,
Destroyed diary.
destroy diary,
And lose
Forgetting.
myself. Forget a lot of my past.
a lot of past, like in like this sad, horrific moment where you don't want to remember,
break
you,
down.
You don't want this stuff.
Yeah,
You're just trying to.
symbolically and actually
Yeah.
destroying my past.
You just want to get back.
It's too much torment. Because that's like 5, maybe even 10 lifetimes worth
Yeah.
of agony and
Just-
pain and torment and
Misery.
Too much.
Horrible murders.
had a breakdown.
Ooh.
Had a bad performance, got booed off stage. It was just a bad crowd. It was nothing wrong with the performance, just a bad crowd. It happens. And I'm just like so furious. Can't find Madeline. And I was going to tear everything to pieces.
Oh,
But I still remember her, of course.
sweet Madeline.
All right. I don't remember us getting married. That's a distant memory.
No.
Long gone. Maybe I'll remember. I don't know. -1.
-1. Okay. You publish a book or in some other way cement a memory, either current or from your diary, in such a way it can never be lost.
Oh, wow.
Draw a star next to a memory to indicate this and change the memory to make it slightly less interesting. This memory can never again be changed or struck out.
Let's see. Well, what have we got?
So,
Rekindle love for Madeline.
Rekindle love for Madeline.
That is
oh,
rock
man.
solid.
This whole thing is actually, we thought it was a vampire story.
It's a love story.
It's actually a beautiful love story.
Well, it's a beautiful love story so far.
Yeah, well, everything can turn to dust.
When we say a beautiful love story, Tom, of course, there's been a lot of pointless murder.
There's been a lot of
warmongering,
murder and arms dealing, and yeah, like you're not the most sympathetic
kidnapping,
guy.
killed a bride on her wedding day, terrified a child. Yeah, all this stuff.
Okay, this is beautiful. You publish a book or in some other way,
Yeah.
cement a memory.
So it becomes slightly less interesting. So we're, you know,
I think I've got an idea that could work for
Okay.
this. I think you write a song about Madeline, and it becomes an absolute banger, and they love it, and
Okay.
it is a song that it now like transcends time. Like it would even be used today in movies. It's like,
Right.
oh, that's like the
that classic. Yeah.
like it's the Romeo and Juliet of love songs.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Oh, absolutely.
and this is how you'll never forget it.
Okay.
They're like, it's just it will be in pop culture forever.
Okay. But maybe the song is like, part of me is like, I don't think it was that great, me and Madeline, but the song is nice. So it kind of blandifies the memory a little bit, where it almost like the truth can't live up to the song, which
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
how does that? Does that work with your?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, I still really want to get back to Madeline and see her and everything, but in a way, the song almost overshadows it.
Yeah, this like beautiful love story
Yeah.
where you had to kill this like imposter
Oh.
woman, like where she was hounding you.
Yeah.
And this,
But the truth of it is a little more boring
Yeah.
than that. Yeah.
Uh,
We just got pissed and had some makeup sex, really. It wasn't that interesting.
okay, great hit love song.
Hit love song.
Oh.
16th century hit love song. It's a banger. Beyonce's doing a cover of it, isn't she?
Yeah, like she just did it on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
singing
it.
that
It's the
all-time classic. Madeline, the best gal whatever there was.
Madeline.
Madeline. It's just called Madeline.
the girl from Dorset. Great. Roll me some dice.
5.
5 up to 38. Your whole being becomes centered in your senses and your hunger. Create a skill that demonstrates your feral vampire nature. Lose an existing memory.
Can I transform into something?
100% you can.
So I transform into a vampire bat. When I get really hungry, transform into a vampire bat, take to the skies, and seek out blood. And I can like smell it, see it pulsing in people's necks when I'm in this form.
Okay, so are you like actually like just a bat, or are you like a weird
Like,
half?
like almost like Batman if he was like the scary version of the name Batman.
Okay, manbat.
So
I
manbat,
think
yes, which is a scarier. So I can take on the form of manbat.
Okay, great.
And when I'm in this form, I've got like ultraviolet, you know, full spectrum vision, like the Predator.
Yeah, into manbat is the skill.
Manbat. Do I have to lose a memory?
Yeah, so lose an existing memory.
Let's have a look. What do we got? I forget that destroying the diary.
Okay, great.
That's gone.
That's
as far
just
as I'm
gone.
concerned, those memories never existed.
It just that part of your life is dead.
Yeah. Now I am manbat.
Okay, like now turn into manbat and hunt. Okay, so now you can turn into manbat and go out hunting.
Fantastic.
Roll me some dice.
5.
5. Ooh, going to 43. So yeah, you have archaic ways in spite of your focus on blending in. Create a resource based on a checked skill that
Okay.
reflects this. So your archaic ways.
What are checked skills?
So basically,
Ones
those are
that are in
the
red.
yeah.
So gunpowder, something to do with that maybe. I can make unbelievable pyrotechnics
Ooh,
and fireworks and stuff like that. Like Gandalf at Bilbo's birthday. They're like, this guy's just like a singer. How come he can also make these unbelievable fireworks? Like the best fireworks anyone's ever seen. And
Okay.
all right, he wrote the hit song Madeline, which we all know and love.
yeah.
But now he can also make these unbelievable fireworks. What's so strange?
Okay, I'm in, and so you get a resource which will be Rad fireworks?
Rad fireworks.
Oh.
I did not see this storyline coming this way.
Me neither. At all. Right. Rad fireworks. Perfect. And I guess, like, we can have a new thing. Makes fireworks?
Sure.
Is
Sure.
a thing?
Who knows? It might be really useful. Or come back to haunt me in a terrible way later.
Yeah. Okay. Great. You'll roll again?
5.
5. Right. 48. You awaken covered in dust. Generations have passed. Your sleeping place has been sealed off. How do you escape? Lose a resource. Strike out all mortal characters. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure those fireworks are going.
Oh, man. So somebody sealed me up somehow.
Yeah, so you were maybe sleeping somewhere. Time has passed.
I was having a really good sleep, which I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Someone just sold the house to some guy. He's like, yeah, sealed up that cellar. We won't be needing it. And I wake up and it's pitch black. But luckily I can manbat, see what's going on. It's like, I've been sealed in here. There's like a thick layer of dust, some bones, some dead rats and things like that. So everyone I knew is gone, but I didn't really know anybody anyway. I was a traveling troubadour. My fireworks are all gone.
Wait, you can use the fireworks to blow the door open.
I did, of course, keep some with me, Tom.
Sure.
I was thinking, I'm going to use these fireworks to blast my out of here.
So dumb. Just they came and they go immediately.
There go the fireworks. My last stash of really good ones. Guy Fawkes style, we're blowing up the wall. We're getting out.
Open the cellar wall to escape. So where were you? And how much time has passed? Like, what?
I travelled all the way back to England.
Okay.
Hear me out. And I was sleeping in a cellar with some friends of mine. They seemed kind of unusual. One of them was called Guy Fawkes. And they knew that I made explosives.
Right.
And I thought they wanted to make loads of fireworks and stuff like that.
Perfect.
They were on the run. Obviously, they got rumbled. Sealed up the wall. Thinking, they won't find our stash of fireworks in there. But I was in there with the fireworks.
Oh, no.
So either way, Guy Fawkes got hanged. No problemo. But now it's time for me to get out of here. And where are we? We're directly under the Houses of Parliament, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of here by setting off these fireworks.
Wait, so you blow up the Houses of Parliament? That's
how I get out.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm so in. It was.
This is some quantum leap shit. Where I go back in time and I happen to be the one who accidentally blew up the House of Parliament.
Great. Cool. Roll me some more dice.
-1.
-1. 46. Okay, right. We've already had you flee to a far-off land.
Okay.
Right. You flee again.
Yeah, no shit.
This time to a far-off enclave or colony. How do you use colonial rule to benefit? Choose one skill: occupier, insurgent, inconspicuous, or gone native.
Gone native, baby. You know where I'm going, Tom? The New World.
Okay, great.
I'm thinking Aztecs. They do blood sacrifices anyway. I'm going straight to the New World, straight to Mexico, Central America, teaming up with the Aztecs, and I'm going full native with them.
Okay, I'm in. This is not. We just blew up the Houses of Parliament,
and now I've got to get the heck out of Dodge.
Like, what year are we?
1601.
1601.
Yeah. When did the Aztec Empire fall? I know that Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire.
Yeah, but isn't
so
Oxford University
not
like
that long ago?
But wasn't Oxford like
it's
actually
about
like
1,000 years old?
Yeah, like 1,100
the
or something.
Aztecs were founded in 1428. Oh, and they lost in 1521.
We can fudge time a little bit if you're into that.
Right. No. We'll do something completely different.
No, but if you want to go and join the Aztec Empire, we'll just be like, yeah, you sent them guns.
That's why they're still going. They defeated Cortez.
Yeah.
Because I remember I sent the gunpowder out to all the corners of the world. Mm-hmm. So all these empires have guns.
And so when
gunpowder's commonplace.
When Cortez turned up, suddenly
they
the
were
Aztecs,
fully armed.
They have their like obsidian.
Yeah, they were fully outnumbered them. And now they're just like a kingdom in Central America.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, so I just turn up and I'm like, what's up, lads?
Once again, we can't get into trouble with historians because this is a
This is alt history.
There's been heavy different, splitting.
So the Aztecs have conquered Central America all the way up to like modern day Texas, all the way down to present day Colombia. That whole thing is now Aztec.
Okay.
And I decide that's where I'm going to go because they still do the blood sacrifices. The old ways are the best ways. But they are also heavily armed.
So you're going native.
Yeah.
And you need a new name as you flee to the Aztec Empire. What are you called now?
My new name is Dredge Preston.
Dredge Preston. Man, you always come with such good names. Dredge Preston.
Yeah. Complete change of pace. No one's going to be looking for a Dredge Preston, least of all in the heart of the Aztec Empire.
And which of those skills did you want? Going native.
Going native, baby.
Going native. Man, you're getting a lot of skills.
Been lucky. I'm still ashamed, though.
Still ashamed.
Still good at the old dentistry disguising. Just still ashamed.
Carry these things with you. Great. Roll me again.
1.
The world has evolved in ways you cannot comprehend, causing you to lose a good amount of wealth. What happened? Check a skill and create a skill that will hopefully prevent this from happening again.
The world has changed in ways I can't comprehend.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, the Aztecs, obviously, they've been busy. A very populous empire.
Mm-hmm.
And now with gunpowder and all this conquest, Tom, they developed rudimentary flight.
Wow.
Hot air balloons.
Okay, I love this. It's a great way to get across the jungle, I'm guessing.
Yeah, geez. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Very narrow landscape, but it's also got a lot of thermals.
Yeah.
They've realized, like in all this gunpowder and all these experiments, more Aztec scientists have come forward and they've turned away from the old ways and towards a more technological understanding of science and truth. And in that, they've noticed these hot air currents. They're only off by about 200 years. Okay. Not really that far ahead.
Yeah. No,
And they've sort of like, if we made like a canopy of some kind, we could catch some of this. And then they've realized that they can set up hot air balloons and airships and travel across the jungle in style.
Okay.
Wonderful Aztec airships.
I absolutely love this.
And they're doing experiments with some kind of jet propulsion using gunpowder to really get that thing moving through the air.
So it's gone from hot air balloons to jet power.
They're just thinking about it. Like we're in the proto stage of them doing experiments with like a bang that gets you moving. And then maybe they'll start to think of things from there. So the Aztecs are really starting to look quite technologically advanced. So there was technologically advanced people in the world. And I've been around a long time. These guys are good at it.
Okay, so how's this caused you... So you can't comprehend flight. I'm
manbat. The way I fly is flapping my arms.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
How...
But this is just a balloon full of air and it's amazing.
How's this caused you to lose wealth?
Well, the gunpowder business. No one's buying my gunpowder anymore. The Aztecs are making the best gunpowder in the world.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, they're just way more advanced.
I made so much money from the Madeline song, Tom. But when I
the royalties
from that. But of course, changing my name to Dredge Preston.
Oh, you're not cashing those checks
anymore. The royalties go to I don't have any descendants.
God, the estate or whatever.
There is no estate. As far as they know, I died in an explosion under the Houses of Parliament.
Well, I guess you would have gone missing.
I went missing. So they saw this explosion. I was long dead. The royalties just went to the state or whoever claimed it. Some ne'er-do-well was like, oh yeah, I co-wrote it with him.
I own that.
Exactly. So I've lost all the money from Madeline is gone. The song Madeline, hit song Madeline is gone. Gunpowder Empire long gone. I'm just a traveler now.
Okay, so we need to
create a skill that will hopefully prevent this happening again.
Yeah, so we check off an existing skill.
Well, merchanting is gone.
Yeah, I think that the ways that you knew how to do business are long gone.
Long gone.
And a new skill to hopefully this doesn't happen again.
Investment banking. Long-term investment strategy, Tom.
Investment. Okay. Great. Long-term.
Next to when I get some money, what I'm going to do is, because this keeps happening, I keep having these blackout periods where I wake up and everything's changed. But if I could get some good money in a good compound interest account long term, and set up a paper trail of
Oh yeah,
an estate.
Well, I'm sure the Aztec banking empire is like
Amazing.
It's second
It's
to
primo.
none. It's where loads of money is coming
And
in.
they've got so much gold.
That it's like the Aztec currency is like the strongest in the world.
Absolutely. And now that they're like, a proper trading empire with tons of resources, I mean, now potatoes, cocoa, all of that stuff
Oh,
going straight back to Europe. All the potatoes, corn, all of it. They've got it all.
just okay, perfect. And you're beginning to invest.
And I'm like, I'm going to invest in some of these businesses and make sure that the money isn't just going nowhere. I'm going to set up a paper trail estate where it's going to go into like escrow for all the rest of it.
Yeah, a way that you can still get access
Yeah,
to
my
this
investments are permanent.
next time you go on the run.
I'll come back and I'll still be rich.
I am in. I love it.
Okay.
Great. Roll me again.
This is all going to come crashing down in a terrible way. -1.
-1. 46th.
Oh no, we're back.
Okay.
Oh, this looks...
Ooh, revolution.
Oh no.
As a suspicious outlander, you're imprisoned. Escape by checking 2 skills or bribe your way free with 2 resources. Spend an additional resource to rescue any traveling companions.
Companions, Tom. I have none.
You have no
I
companions.
have no companions. I'm still don't know where Madeline is after all this time. Okay, so the Aztec Empire.
So you don't even have 2 resources.
I don't even have 2
So you just are going to have to escape using
manbat. We're going to have to manbat out of there.
manbat. Do you want to be bloodthirsty and manbat?
Yeah, we're going to eat our way out.
So good. Or do you want to use knots and long-term investing? That'd be a better escape.
Let's go for manbat. It's
Okay,
more
I
interesting.
love.
So something's happened. The Aztec Empire, as the people have grown wealthier and smarter, they've had a look around and thought, hang on, why do we still have human sacrifices and Aztec kings? We should have a democracy. And of course, the state doesn't want this, but the people are well armed and wealthy and hungry for freedom. So there's been a proper revolution, the famous Aztec revolution, predating the American Revolution, the French Revolution. The Aztecs did it first, rose up, but they saw me as this wealthy friend. I'd gone native, remember? I was in with all the big knobs.
Oh, you were taking part in all of these like sacrifice parties.
I was all over that, drinking the blood that's
Yeah.
down. I'm
like-
all over it. They're like, he's not one of us, but he's with it. So I'm like, manbat, fight my way out.
Okay, love it.
I'm flying to safety. They're chasing me in their balloons, but I'm man-batting away.
So good. Right, where do we... well, you can now turn into manbat. This can go into this category. Hunted by Aztec revolutionaries.
Could have made it home there.
Could have.
Yet again, I've been driven out.
But hopefully you've set up sort of like, a Swiss bank account type thing that
My
you can...
international banking and long-term investment means the money's still safe.
It's still somewhere, as you have murdered your way out as the Aztec...
Also, in a way, Tom, I feel this has only empowered the revolutionaries because they're like, you see,
monsters.
when we said that Batmen were running the government, this is like if lizard people turned out to be real.
Yeah.
From their perspective, this is a win.
Okay, this I absolutely am in love with this now. roll me again. Give me
right.
another
6.
6. Okay. Ooh, we're getting into the danger zone
Okay.
now. The beauty of dawn calls to you.
Oh no.
Create an additional memory slot dedicated to beauty, nature, or peace.
Okay. Well, obviously, running away as manbat, I come across the open plains of the unsettled West.
Oh,
I flap along the coast, and I come to California. Beautiful California. I fly past Mount Baldy, which is a real mountain,
ooh.
and see the sequoias. And then I come down and see all the beautiful valleys of California, rolling hills, stunning. And then up the coast, the Pacific coast, I see the Pacific for the first time. I've never seen the Pacific. It's just this ocean that goes on forever. And I feel like my life has gone on forever in the Pacific, California, and it's transformative. And I just can't believe how beautiful it is. And even though I'm a vampire, I see the sun coming up over the Pacific Ocean and tears come down my face.
Yeah, I guess you've been flying nonstop for a week, 2 weeks.
Easily.
And then you finally It's like, oh,
This is
beautiful.
stunning. I'm here in Cali.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll again.
Okay. -3.
-3.
Oh, no, sorry. 7.
7. Okay.
I was reading 0 is 0. It's 0 is 10. 7.
Create a skill to avoid arrest as a criminal. What happened? Who was arrested in your place? Create a mortal character if necessary.
So I'm in California. It's now, let's say, 1700s. Okay? Because obviously I spent a lot of time with the Aztecs.
Yeah.
So it's like 1750. People have reached California, pioneers, early settlers, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they'd made it to California by then.
Well, also, chances are they might have made it earlier because now if
With technology.
airship or whatever
Yeah.
is the premier way to travel, of
course.
suddenly going across land
No
actually is as
problemo.
cheap as just jumping in a giant balloon.
Yeah, of course. So California's settled. It's not mega developed yet because it's still far to the west. Everyone
Okay.
headed west, but it's there. It's got cities. Los Angeles is there. San Diego. Some of the big California cities there are there. San Francisco. They're all starting to come up.
Great.
They're not quite there yet, but they're like 150 years ahead of where they would.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I decided to settle there. So I have to avoid what?
So check a skill to avoid arrest as a criminal. What happened? Who was arrested in your place? Create a mortal character if necessary.
Okay, so I'm obviously still a vampire. It's tricky hunting in the modern world. People go missing, and there's people notice things.
Yeah, people are paying more attention
Yeah.
to this.
So when I get hungry, I have to transform into manbat and kill someone. And by happy chance, someone was dressing as Batman. Very different. But they were dressing as Batman, hoping to break into the burgeoning film industry
Right.
that's coming up in California. Because as science advances and money gets forward, things like film, we're in the silent film era in 1780.
Wow.
Already got silent films. I know. Silent films are already there in the 18th century. Incredible. And Batman is a famous baddie.
Okay.
Okay? But Man-Bat is a real baddie.
Right.
And
okay.
I killed people, and they thought it was Batman. And they were like, just like in the picture shows we've seen. And they hunt down Batman, and they take him prisoner. They arrest him.
Wow. Okay.
The best I can do under pressure.
I love that. So you've destroyed the Batman franchise before
Batman
it's ever...
franchise, the proto-Batman franchise is no more. Because it turned out that Batman was a murderer. Killing the franchise.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Cool. Okay, you avoided. We need to check.
So the mortal character is the actor who plays Batman.
Okay, who was the first guy that did Batman?
Let's say it was, the guy's name was Winston Blowhard.
Winston. Oh, Blowhard. So it was this guy...
Oh, he's just an actor. He was just an upcoming actor in
But
California.
big thespian actor.
Yeah.
He'd come over to America. He didn't want
yeah.
to do this. I don't want to be Batman.
I will be Batman, but only for the money. Winston Blowhard.
Yeah.
He was Batman. So in a lot of ways, he pissed a lot of people off.
Oh,
so when
for
the rumor
sure.
spread, people were like, yeah, of course it was Winston Blowhard. That old Blowhard.
And
And a murderer.
we need to check a skill.
Performance.
Performance makes a lot of sense. Great.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
4.
4. Okay, going to 64. Vast numbers of humans are migrating around the world. What group becomes easy to feed upon?
Oh,
How do you capitalize on their helplessness? Create a resource.
well, obviously, with the new Zeppelin, ships moving all over the world, the
Yeah.
Aztec technology,
Oh, yeah.
I spend my time, rather after the Batman Man-Bat debacle in California, I travel around a lot.
Yeah.
And I tend to travel by Zeppelin
Oh,
all over,
Well, everyone does now.
of course, all
The
over
age of-
North America.
Age of boats.
Who cares?
Worthless.
We're
They've
going to
perfected
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin technology.
We have perfected Zeppelins. But there's all kinds of different class of Zeppelin, right? You've got first class, second class, steerage. Steerage, all the poor people, no one remembers them. A lot of transients, a lot of vagrants will stow aboard and I prey on people in the bowels of the cargo hold, the luggage area, looking for stowaways. I'll ride the Zeppelins, find people, suck them dry, and just drop the bodies out of the Zeppelin.
This is absolutely perfect. And you get a resource attached to this.
I'm such a frequent flyer.
You've got
I got the black card that lets me fly the Zeppelin anytime I like.
Ooh, okay.
For free. Because I've done like 1 million miles of Zeppelin travel. So I've got the special card that lets me travel for free on the Zeppelin. I just flash that, get into the business lounge, all the perks.
Okay.
And it also gives me free movement throughout the Zeppelin. No problemo.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
To think I was but a humble blacksmith who fought in the Battle of Hastings, and now I'm traveling by Zeppelin using Aztec technology.
Did you think this is how it was going to go?
No. Okay, let's go.
Sweet, roll again.
-4.
-4.
Yeah.
Okay, going to 60. Create an innocent mortal character. Okay. They were executed for a crime you committed. What hobby were you tinkering with the night that they were put to death? Take the skill. It's none of my concern. So who?
So obviously I befriended one of the Zeppelin stewards.
Yeah, like a porter on there.
Yeah, and often he'll see me. Oh, back again, are you, Mr. Preston? Dredge Preston? Sees me, recognize me. I've got the black card membership, the only one in the country who's got it, of course. And one day I'm tipping a body out the Zeppelin, and he catches me, and I'm like, well, it wasn't me. It was this young man, and I throw him completely under the bus. He did it, and everyone's like, well, of course it wasn't Dredge Preston, famous traveler of the Zeppelins.
Yeah, we all know him. He's this upstanding gentleman.
Yeah, of course, it's this guy who did it. I saw him do it. Look, there's the body, and
wow.
Yeah, so he's in big trouble, and it's none of my concern what happened to this Yahoo.
Okay, so you get a new skill. Tis none of my concern.
Tis none of my concern. Do we need to create a name for him or not?
We 100% can.
His name was Chip.
Chip.
Chip Smithers.
Dead.
Yeah.
Executed. Also, you were Pepe Lestank.
I was Pepe Lestank, but that's long gone.
Okay, right. So you have blamed this bad murder.
No problem.
Very sad. What hobby were you tinkering with the night they were put to death?
Let me think. Hobby?
Yeah.
You know what? I had been learning how to play darts.
Darts? Sure.
Dangerous on a Zeppelin. But in first class, they let you do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm getting very good at darts.
Okay, great. So you were just playing darts as they announce over...
Yeah.
Well, they might even have television.
They've got tannoys and all sorts, yeah.
Or on the radio, the wireless.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. We're now into like 1840.
Yeah, like...
1840, 1850. They've got television. They've got radio. Yeah. Early.
Bad murderer,
yeah.
Chip Smithers.
Yeah.
He's put to death after we've associated multiple murders to this guy. Terrible person.
The mysterious body from the sky murders, it was all Chip Smithers.
Yeah. Wow.
Tis none of my concern.
And you just are laughing with your friends as you play darts. Wow, what a bad boy.
I know.
Roll some dice.
-1.
-1. A mortal discovers the journals of a long-dead character or your own lost diary and approaches you. What do they seek? Gain a skill or a resource, create a mortal character.
All right, let me look at some of the long-dead characters. Who've we got? Who did I really mess with? Wolf Edric, it wasn't. Tiny Tim, though. Gertrude.
Oh.
Gertrude, the buxom courtier. She knew all about me. She knew all the secrets. That's why I had to imprison her.
Yeah.
She figured out I was a vampire. She knew about the gunpowder stuff. She knew about my history. She knew I traveled to Istanbul. I imprisoned her there. She kept a secret journal.
Oh.
And he found it in the cell. An archaeologist has discovered this.
Okay, so we've got a new character, this archaeologist. Yeah. What are they called?
His name, this is an archaeologist. He's called Fusty Wilkinson. Fusty Wilkins. Fusty Wilkins. Professor Fusty Wilkins, archaeologist.
Professor Fusty Wilkins. has discovered Gertrude's journal, and they've approached you. What do they seek? Gain a skill or a resource?
Let me think. Through some careful digging, he'd sort of... I mean, this guy's good. All right, this is Professor Fusty Wilkins we're talking about.
World famous.
So he noted, for example, the spread of the song Madeline from the epicenter of Istanbul as I traveled west. He noted that someone had been seen traveling with this Madeline character. Remember when Gertrude would have mentioned the name Madeline?
Oh, yeah, and like he went through the song and all these little details about this town and like these things that happened.
He's put pieces together.
For a long time, people thought he was crazy.
Yeah, and he was
ousted
like,
from the Royal Aztec Royal Society.
Absolutely. There's a link between Kent under Henry V
Yeah.
and this song Madeline, the fall of the Aztec Empire and the rebellion, and then he's kind of hit a wall. But he found, of course, in his studies in the Aztec Empire, he's found Dredge Preston's investment portfolio and details of it.
Oh, okay.
He's found me and he said, you have all this money in the Aztec Empire. It's in your name. I'm just wondering, like, how did you get it? You know, what's the story here? I'm trying to track down the author of the famous song Madeline.
Okay.
And the trail's gone dead, but I feel you're connected somehow.
Oh, so he's coming to you for help.
Yes.
To try and piece all of this together.
He's just trying to figure it out. Yeah.
And so you've gained a new skill or resource. What would you like?
You know what I would like to get is some detail about what happened to Madeline, because in his studies, I'm still trying to get back with Madeline, remember?
Yeah.
It's been hundreds of years. She may have moved on, but I'd just like to see her again. So he's come to me for help to work out the mystery, and in exchange, I want him to help me find Madeline. This is Fusty Wilkins. Finder of tales, digger up of lost detail.
Okay, so as like a tangible item, should we call this like just leads on Madeline? Or
like
something?
we'll come to an agreement that I will help him if he helps me find Madeline.
Okay.
So contractual agreement with Fusty that I will help him solve this riddle.
Okay,
the author of Madeline.
You'll help him work all of this out.
Yeah,
if
but he has to help
you.
me find Madeline first.
Perfect. Okay, right, roll again.
All right. It's a big one, Tom. It's 9.
9. Ooh. An antiquity has resurfaced, which is directly tied to your mortal life. Check a skill or lose a resource and gain the antiquity as a resource. Then regain one of your earliest memories. Record an experience about acquiring the antique.
My father's sword that I left behind when I first fled.
Oh, I feel like this ties in with like Fusty. He's got that.
He's like this. We did find this Norman sword, this Saxon sword, buried under some rubbish in a small village in Dorset, and it had a name engraved on the handle. And I've been trying to follow this. I've acquired this in one of my many archaeological expeditions.
Yeah, like
when I
on
see it, immediately comes flooding back to me.
And you remember?
I remember the beautiful wedding day with Madeline.
Ooh.
My old life. That was one of my core memories from the very start. And finding my father's sword again has brought that flooding back to me. I remember.
Okay, great. Beautiful wedding day with Madeline
reinvigorates my desire to see her once more.
Is back. Okay, right. We do need to forget some other stuff.
Okay.
Unless you want, I guess you could have had a new diary.
No, we can happily forget some stuff. Fireworks, forget all that stuff. Forget all that stuff.
Okay.
The 100 Years' War, I guess I forget all about that. That was a long time ago.
God, we've got a lot of memories.
Fall in love with Gertrude, quash it, run to Istanbul, forget all of that. It's interesting how you've got to move stuff around.
Yeah.
Move stuff into forgotten.
So you can just delete it. I just like to kind of have a little look at some of that stuff after. Roll me a dice.
Okay. 2.
2. Mortals are cruel and work in ways outside of your understanding. How are you mocked or victimized? Why was your response ineffectual and costly?
Okay, how about this? All right. So, obviously, the song Madeline's been around a long time.
Oh, no.
Someone's done a cheesy comedy novelty cover of it.
Oh, like a Weird Al has done a...
Weird Al Yankovic has done a cover of Madeline that's like really taken the piss out of it. And I feel dreadful because this song means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I've just had that memory of Madeline and our beautiful wedding day, and my desire to get back with her is as strong as ever. And then along comes Weird Al with his cover version of Madeline called something stupid like Schmadeline. Schmadeline.
Schmadeline.
Yeah, and it's a huge hit, very popular, and people are singing it all the time. And I'm furious, so I decide to re-release Madeline, original cut, but it just comes across as like bitter, and everybody's like redoubles the sales of Schmadeline.
Oh no!
And they come to see Madeline as a stupid song.
Oh no, I hate it. That's so sad. We can also use your singer skill because we have to use one of those.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is now the internet exists.
I'd say we're into
it's like
1880s.
Yeah, the internet.
No, 1900. We're banging 1900. Internet's around.
Yeah.
Like we're basically where we were in the 80s in 1900. So we're 80 years ahead.
And maybe someone, they did this parody song online, but then you released your version and everyone memes you and makes fun of you.
And I was like, no, listen, Madeline was a serious song and we mustn't make fun of it. So here, the original Madeline. Madeline, and they sing the old version. Everyone's like, boo.
This guy's a loser.
Yeah.
Doing auto-tune versions of
Exactly.
your heartbreak. That's so sad. And so you're just this like embarrassment.
Figure of fun.
Great. Yeah, give me another roll.
5.
Okay, right, we're going from 70 to 75. An old friend or foe murders you in your sleep. What do you see in those seconds between dream and non-existence? The game is over.
Oh my God.
Right,
We only have one person left.
It's
either Professor Fusty Wilkins,
who might in turn be dead by now.
the old crone.
I don't know if she's coming back, or
My wife.
Madeline.
So, I've been missing for hundreds of years.
Hundreds and hundreds of years. You left her in France when the 100 Years' War II Electric Boogaloo happened.
Like 600 years have passed. I couldn't come to France in all that time?
Yeah, you couldn't come and visit. You can fly. What the hell?
She chats with Fusty. I've been talking to him about all the stuff I've done.
Oh.
She tracks me down, sees the meme video. She's like, that's my husband, Slade Wolfson. That's how she knows me. Now going as Dredge Preston, of course. But she married me back when I was Slade Wolfson.
Yeah.
Was it Wolfson?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a long time ago,
It was
Tom.
hundreds
It was like
of years.
850 years ago.
Yeah.
So she tracks me down. She's an immortal vampire. She's clever. She has also had this interesting life, but without me. And she's always had her heart broken. I may have written this song, and she realizes that song was about her. Of course she knows about her. She thought I was working my way towards her, singing that song, almost to let her know I was coming and hopefully to find her. And instead, hundreds of years passed, and I never did.
Yeah, you just kept going on the run.
So I'm sleeping one day. And I hear a door creak, and just as I open my eyes, there's Madeline with a big wooden stake. Drives it into my heart, and I flash between all of the different forms. I become manbat for a second. I'm myself. All the different faces. My teeth grow back in and then disappear again. My hair grows long and short, as all my lifetimes constrict down to my last few seconds.
Oh my God.
And Madeline feels so betrayed. And then I see behind her in the doorway, there's Fusty. And he's a vampire now. And she's turned him. Now it's going to be Fusty and her. He's going to be an archaeologist for all time.
Oh my God.
And I die.
Wow. Holy moly, what an end.
Is that okay?
This is absolutely
Awesome.
perfect. As long as you're happy, then
that
I'm
was
happy.
great.
Well done.
Game over.
Game over. That it literally says that. The game is over.
The game is over. Wow.
Okay, well, this has been 1,000-year-old vampire. I hope you have enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Pyrion.
Thank you.
Where can people find you if they want to see some more of you?
Just Pyrion Flax. There's YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the rest of it. You'll find me on there. Real Pyrion Flax on Instagram, not the fake ones.
Not the fake.
And of course, in your nightmares, because I am a 1,000-year vampire.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And that concludes 1,000-year-old vampire. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing another solo game. If you did, let us know below. We'll maybe do some more. Also, if you want to see a post-game chat where Pyrion and I kind of go through more of the story, what could have happened, all kinds of things like that, and just our general feelings on it, you can right now by becoming a member. Click the button. It's somewhere. Until next time, everybody, goodbye.